Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, I am Adeline Welch, and today I am thrilled to show you how to do this smoky bronzy eye look and just the whole face and everything because I love everything that I used. And so what I used was the Makeup Forever palette, and I used one whole row that is this one right here. It's called the Smoky Eye Look. So when you buy one of these palettes, it actually comes with a little pamphlet. And so in my project, if you want to know, and follow along with the whole series, I'm utilizing all of my makeup. I have a few palettes and I really want to be figuring out, like, I really know how to use them all. I know exactly looks that I can just go to for them, you know what I mean? Like, I hate that feeling of buying makeup and the feeling like, ugh, there's like tons of rows that I don't use, you know what I'm saying? And so I pulled out this pamphlet to have look for some different inspiration instead of like online, and it showed the smoky look, and I said I'm just gonna do that. So if you have this, then please do follow along, or any similar colors, it doesn't really matter. But just so you know, the formula of these eyeshadows are really easy to work with. They're gel based, and so they're just kind of have a unique creamy formula. I used my fingertip for a lot of it. It was just really simple. So if you're interested in that, definitely stay tuned, and I'll see you in 2 seconds. Bye.
Thank you for saying Adeline.
Good day, y'all. We're going to go ahead and get started by priming our eyelid area, just the whole space. So whatever kind of space you got, let's prime it all. I'm using the MAC Paint Pot in Painterly. It's just a nice nudie pink flesh tone that just covers up my veins and everything, but does a magical job in keeping the eyeshadows in place all day until I'm ready to take it off. So this is the smoky look that we're going to be doing today. I'm going to follow the instructions as they suggest, but I will say in the future I'm going to do it a little differently, and I'll explain that in a little bit. But I'm going to start with the darkest shade, which is called Celestial Earth. I actually I jumped on the Sephora website to see if these eyeshadows actually had any names, because if you know Makeup Forever, they like to just use little initials and numbers to label all of their products. Like, for example, this eyeshadow is actually called D652. So D, I think, stands for diamond. And so it's just the type of eyeshadow that they have where they have the glitter reflex in there. And it's really, really pretty. I love this shade. But then they just had some names on there too. So I thought Celestial Earth was really pretty. So, sorry, going back to what I'm actually doing. I just like to use my ring finger for these creamy eyeshadows because they're that gel formula, so they're really unique and they just go on really, really smoothly. And I like to use the ring finger because it's just that perfect, cushy, soft tool, and it just lays down creamy products really well. And then I like to use the pinky to do the lower lash line because it's a smaller shape, and you just never push too hard. And I like to just simply connect the outer corners together. And so that's all I'm going to do for this darkest brown shade, and then just buff out the edges with my finger after I've kind of cleaned it off, and then that's kind of it. Then I'm going to take this more fluffy brush. It's called the Base Shadow Brush. Every brush I'm going to use today is from Real Techniques, so it's really affordable. And then I'm going to take this middle kind of goldeny mid-tone shadow. Sorry. It's called Iced Brown. And they recommend to then go into the crease and then buff it out with this really pretty goldeny color. Honestly, I just love all the shadows in this palette so much. So beautiful. But as I mentioned before, when I go back in to do this look again, I am going to do the crease first, and then I'm going to lay down the lid color, that darkest brown that we just finished doing, because I found that, and you'll see it in the tutorial, I had to go back and forth to re-emphasize areas. See, I put the iced brown down below the lid line, that lid dark brown color. But then every time I did that, I buffed away that dark brown, and so I would lose it. So that I have to go back and add to it, and then buff out the edges, and then go back to adding it. So I just thought, you know what? This took way more effort than it needed to. So anyways, I'm going to now lighten things up with golden beige. And I'm going to stick to the brow bone with that. And I used one of the other Real Technique brushes. This is a gold one, so it's part of a different set. All super affordable. But yeah, this detailer brush is just, I found it's the perfect shape to get on the brow bone, the inner corner. I just love it. So it's kind of my new go-to brush for especially highlighting the inner corner area so that I don't make a mess of things. You know what I'm saying? So that's the eyes done. It's really, really simple, but then you'll see later on I kind of have to go back in and tweak things as I put my makeup on around them, but it's all good. This just, you know, this is what you do when you practice different looks. You learn a lot about how to do it and what you want to do next time to make it more smooth, faster, or maybe just more according to your taste. So now I am doing my eyebrows. I'm using the Anastasia Dipbrow in Ash Brown. And all I do is I use a really dense, really thin, angled eyebrow brush. This is actually from Anastasia. I think it's the number 7 or the number 12. I apologize. It's totally rubbed off, but I will put it in the description box for you. And then I just place that product, you know, in the direction of the hair, and that's pretty much it. And I just smooth it out with the spoolie. So sorry, you guys. I'm actually on the phone with my husband, so I am talking to him. So sorry if it looks a little funny seeing my mouth move, but I just went ahead and just like drew on little stripes all over my face with the Makeup Forever HD foundation stick. I love this foundation. I bought it a couple years ago at IMATS because I had heard a lot about it a couple years ago. It was popular, what was it, like 2015 or 16? But I've come back to it now and I really love it. If your skin has a nice hydrated base, it looks gorgeous, especially in photos. Oh my gosh, like whenever I take photos for this or look just, you know, how I looked while I was filming, I just love the look. So then I am brightening the under eyes, which I definitely recommend for anyone when you're doing a smoky eye look. Even if you don't have a lot of darkness to your under eyes like I do, it's nice to brighten it up to help just, you know, bring the emphasis to the gorgeous dark colors you have on your eyes. And just, you know, it just makes things look a little healthier, a little bit brighter. That was Makeup Forever, not Makeup Forever, Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer in the shade Light. And then I am just setting it with my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, which I always do. We're going to bronze up the face now, which I love to do with smoky eyes. And that is going to be the Makeup Forever Pro Fusion Bronzer. Sorry, sometimes I want to talk to you guys a little bit more and explain things, but then I kind of let things get away from myself, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so annoying to watch. So I hope not. But then I'm actually going to use their brush too to buff this everywhere. And you'll see in a future video that I actually prefer to use a different brush because although I adore this brush, for this particular bronzer, it doesn't pick it up enough because it's a gel formula, again, just like the eyeshadows. So I'm going to further emphasize the bronziness to my face using the Bobbi Brown bronzer in the shade Medium. This one just is really easy to build it up really quickly, but it also blends in really nicely. So then I'm going to add some pink to the cheeks using Laura Geller in Pink Buttercream. This is my all-time favorite blush. Her blushes in general are my all-time favorites. The formula is gorgeous. It always just looks so pretty. I love how she has a sheen to them. They're just the perfect shades to me. I just really love them. So sticking with this brand that I love oh so much for the face, this is the highlighter duo, and I'm going to use the side Portofino, that like champagne shimmer. So I'm going to use that to just highlight the high points of my face. So the high points would be right here, like my, what's that called? My brow bone. And then just the bridge of my nose a little bit, the tip of my nose a little bit, and just places like that. And I actually like to sometimes do the above my brow bone because we don't think about this area as much, but the light does hit that spot. And so it's nice when you move your head around and you add just a little bit. It's really pretty. So here you can see I'm going back in with the shadows because after I put the concealer, after I put the concealer, I lost some of the definition and like, you know, I just got concealer on the eyeshadow. So that usually is not an issue, but I just wanted to tweak things again. And see here how it looks a little bit faded in the crease from adding that crease color, that ice brown. So then I wanted to re-emphasize Celestial Earth on the lid and not lose just the beautiful shades that they are. So that's what I'm doing here. Then we're going to go in with some falsies that I have never tried before. These are from Ardell, and they're just the number 600. I've seen this style be used before, and I thought they were just kind of unique and really different. So I thought, I really want to give these a shot. They were super long, and the shape of them were really difficult to work with. So I actually had a lot of clips where I was just trying to hold them up to my eye just to measure them, and it was really difficult. So honestly, I'm not sure I would actually use this pair again. They were just like poker straight, sticking right out. And, this isn't, I'm not a rookie with eyelashes. So I kept doing this to try and make them go up. I curled them. I tried to lay them down so that they'd stick up better. Like, they were just a little bit tricky to work with. And also going back, I don't like how there was huge gaps between where the hairs were. I think this would look a lot better if you had an eyeliner look going on. So say I wanted a wing or something, then this would look a lot better. And you can see with mascara, of course, it's a lot better. And I'm using the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir Mascara, which is my current absolute favorite, with or without false lashes. I really, really like it a lot. I don't know about you guys, but I have a really hard time finding drugstore mascaras that do what high-end mascaras do. I'm like, is this just like a trick? Are these companies just like messing with my mind? Are the drugstore ones like actually as good as the high-end ones? Or like, I don't know, but I really love this one. So as per usual, I love to emphasize my little beauty mark on my birthday mark because I just like it. And of course, putting makeup on top, you lose it a little bit. So moving on to the lips. FYI, I can't stand having any foundation or anything on my lips, so we're wiping that off with a cloth. And then I'm using the Urban Decay lip liner in the shade Naked 2. Oh, it is just the perfect nude shade. I love it. And these lip liners really stay in place. They're awesome. They're definitely a Longwear pencil. And I think the price is pretty good. So I'm lining my lips, and then I'm just kind of gradating the color a little bit. And then I'm going to take some glitter lip gloss from Bobbi Brown, and I'm just going to place that all over the place, just kind of patting it in and making sure I get it kind of over the edge of my lips because it really helps to plump them up. So here's the final look, you guys. I really hope you like it. It's actually super easy, but like I said, going back into it, I would have done things a little differently, but I know I'll be able to do it even faster next time. So I hope this was helpful. I hope it's something you can enjoy and rock on the weekends, or heck, going to that grocery store. You do you guys, and I will see you next time.